Well, today I'm going to show you how I sharpen a card scraper. Some people call them cabinet scrapers, but this one I usually keep one side square without the hook. So I'll tell you that here in a minute. Where I put my slack on good and thick, and it leaves it kind of rough. And with that square edge, it smooths it right out. However, if you got some figured wood that the plane tries to tear it out, that's where this will come in. You square it up, and then you get a burr to form a hook on each side. Then it'll take it further than a plane can. There's times it really comes into play. So we're going to sharpen this thing today. What I do, I get me a flat file, because this edge here, we're going to have to get it trued back up. So I'll get me a couple pieces of wood. That right there will work just fine for it always has for me. When I get here, I'll take this flat file and I'll get this thing smooth all the way across. Get it, what you're looking for is getting it straight. Yeah. And this wood helps hold it to keep it square. Now when you see it shiny all the way across. So now I bring it, I've got it shining all the way across. You can see the marks in it. So what I do, I get on my diamond stone on the 300 grit, get to the home right. I keep this on my beams. This keeps me square right here. So on the diamond stone, you don't have to worry about moving it like you do on a glass stone. So we want to get that area smooth one end to the other, or take out all the marks. This will make it shiny. But I don't know if I'm gonna. Well, you don't like, but just a little. I'm on the 300 grit. That file, it's a lot quicker, but yeah, it leaves it rough. So what I do, that was on the 300 grit. All right, this would be on the 1000. Well, you want a nice fine edge. Finer you can get it, the better it's going to be. Just like sharpening a chisel or a plane blade. Oh yeah, that dude's shining now. So what I want to do now, we'll get it on the glass stone, 16,000. But we're going to do this a little bit different, because it'll just wear one spot out. Yeah, here we go. Yep, gives it a mirror finish right there. I hope y'all will see that. After you get your edge smooth, square, we need to get the opposing side smooth and square. So what I'm going to do is we're going to get on this 1000 diamond stone, and I get all my fingers in there as many as I can to support that edge, because that's what we're actually sharpening. I got a little. This is what I use to put the Charlesworth ruler trick. I just take this ruler here. You just want to support that edge all the way down it. When you get one side done, come around here and catch this other side. Okay. Now that we got this, we're going to come to the 16,000 glass stone and do the same thing. So basically, we're getting it as smooth as we can on each side and straight and level right here. So we're going to do the same thing right here. Okay. Okay, now what it does, it turns the burr this way, but that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for something a little beefier than that. And that's what we're fixing to do next. So what we've got here, yeah. Okay, let's go flatten that out, and then we'll get us a hook on it. So what we'll need to do now we got it good, straight, and smooth. I got me a burnishing tool, but before I got this, you don't have to buy one of them. I just use a Phillips screwdriver with a long. That works just fine. So what we're going to do here, with your burnishing tool, you want to lay it flat right here, and you want to burnish it flat. So what we're going to do, just lightly, just rub it straight right here, real light. You're not putting a lot of pressure, but you want to do it 20, 30 times. Okay, just flip it over and do the other side. Okay. Okay, now what I'll do, this is one we're working with right here. I'll put it in the vise. All right, now you take the burnisher. All right, not a lot of pressure, but what I want to do here, we'll hold it level and just work her. All right, after I make some passes, I start tilting it toward about a 10-degree angle on each side. All right, come back to center, and we're going to tilt it that way. Okay. Yeah, we should have a nice burr on there now. And what it does, it hooks it out to where it's effective when we're scraping a piece of wood. See, this works good on figured wood to where it wants to tear out. So that is what you're looking for right there. You make him curls up like that. You dial it, dude, right on in. So that's what you can come here. So basically, that's what you're looking for. Like I say, I keep one side without the hook where I can come in there and take care of my finish. But that right there, if I need a little bit more, and it's wanting to tear out, or your plane just cannot get in there to a situation, that's what you're looking for. And that card scraper, and I didn't speed anything up. It's actually what the time it took to do it. But You feel the burr, and this one you don't. Now, if you don't do without the burr, you want the finish like I do, you can do both sides and it lasts twice as long between, gosh, I don't know how long I've had this little feller. It lasts twice as long between sharpening. Oh, well, but that is a way to get it. And it's also a way to, you ain't breathing all that dust from sanding. But I tell you, it's a lot easier to, it's a lot easier to, all right, well, this ain't no trouble. You ain't got to get the sander out. But that's the way you do it. If you're pulling shavings off like that, I don't know how you can get much better. But I usually leave it laying right there on a piece of foam right here. And it just pick it up, boom, you got it. If y'all ain't never used a card scraper, I've had this so long, I don't even know what they cost. I wouldn't think it was that much. But y'all give her a try. Because a card scraper, I've used that a lot. A lot. So, I hope that helps. Try your card scraper. And appreciate you watching. Y'all be safe. And I'll catch you on the next one.